Hi team, Nate here, our maybe second or third installment of our little video updates, and I'm going to try and keep this one short and on point if I can, which is not always one of my strengths. But I'm excited. This is sort of the beginning of our kickoff for the fall in some real ways. I'm excited about the LifeGroup signups and all the folks that have gotten signed up and are sort of looking at different groups. And so we'll spend a few minutes talking about that. But let me talk you through the email real quick. I know you've gotten it. Put Steve's video back on there. That's just a quick update of the entire series, which will run through the middle of October. And then also have some resources on there, a great little piece about just how do I lead a group and how do I lead an effective group that really maximizes the growth opportunities that are sort of before us when we gather around God's Word and we gather as God's people. So some cool stuff in there. I just want to put that in there by way of encouragement. And then I want us to think the questions are on there again. If you are new to leading a group, it should be pretty self-explanatory. But again, we're using this model where it's kind of a funnel. We start with kind of just lean in at the top of the funnel where our hope is that we can kind of catch folks. And that's a great place there, again, to share a bit of your story, just entering people in, opening them up to beginning to share. And then we have our little, look in where we're looking at what God's Word says and letting that kind of inform how we think about our perspectives, specifically this week, to where eventually we get to live it out. And therein, we're trying to sort of, by the end of the funnel, look at these areas of application. What does it look like for us to live out the particular theme of that week? And so this is a great week. We're kicking off. We got the Joseph story, which I have tried to teach before in 35 minutes. And so we'll get little bits and pieces of that as Steve's on. I'm excited about that, but really excited about where we're going. And as you look through those life group questions and you'll get a good taste of sort of the opportunities that are before us as well for this week. So excited about that, excited about where the series is going. Super, super thankful that you guys are going to be leading a large group of our church through sort of the next level of how do we really apply this? How do we make it stick in our lives in some new ways? So excited there. I want to just say a couple things about newer folks coming into our groups. And really, if you've been off for the summer, think about it maybe this way: everybody's new. And so one of the things I want to encourage you to do as we're getting started, and Kathy and I are doing this with our group too, is just over-communicate. Let them know when, where, reminder on the day. Hey, we're looking forward to seeing you. If folks don't make it to the first week, maybe because of lots of different reasons, they might think that's a good option a good excuse maybe to not go. Say, oh, we'll catch up next time. But I want to encourage you to over communicate. Shoot a quick reminder. Hey, we missed you. Any way that you can be upfront with regards to communication and sort of hey, we're looking forward to being together, the better. And then I want to say three things really that I hope that have helped our groups and I think might help yours. The first is after folks come, for I would say everybody, you call, text, email, figure out a way that you can, remind, hey, it was great to be together. Hey, wasn't it funny that so-and-so brought this food? Or, hey, it was great to see. Thanks for being there. Some follow up within a day or two of your initial meeting. And again, I would say for everyone, it'll cause you to get everybody's, cell phone numbers or emails, whatever is going to work best by way of mode of communication for your group. So it'll cause you to do that. But it also for the group begins to create a cohesiveness that is outside of the hour and a half or so that you spend together in group. So find someone in your group, even if it's not you, maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's someone that's been long-term in the group and they can be the communicator. And so that, there just creates a sense of, hey, we were glad you're there. We're glad you're coming back next week. Another thing that's been helpful for us, and we do food. Not every group does food. Some groups don't like to do food because it just feels like a little too much or whatever. It works awesome in our group for lots of different reasons. And one of those is because we have some amazing cooks and they bring us great food on that night. So that's always fun for me personally. But the cool thing with the food thing too is that generally it raises the bar, not for everyone. I'm always amazed that people can sign up for food and not show up or take care of their food responsibilities. But for most people, when they sign up to bring food or they sign up to be a part of a dessert, schedule for the Life Group run, it creates a sense with which, oh, I better come back. Oh, I'm on the list, and so I'm a part of this group. And all that is good in helping our groups become more sticky. And then lastly, I would say take some time, and you can do this in your emails and your communication, but face-to-face, when you're in your circle, casting a bit of a vision for what you hope happens throughout this fall run. And again, our priority is in the area of growing relationships, growing in our walk with God, and serving together. And so I hope that you have a chance when you gather to just cast a bit of a vision. You don't need to be all grandiose and crazy, but hey, we're looking forward to being together. We're thankful that you're a part of this group. We really believe that as a part of our shared experiences in this next, 5 or 6 weeks together in this series, that God will grow us relationally, that we'll get to know each other in ways that we don't now. And we're excited about how that might help us grow, become different kinds of people, and also encourage us in our relationship with God. And then as a part of that process, we're looking to be a group, and groups serve each other. Groups love each other. And so some of the ways we're going to serve each other, we're going to pray for each other as we get to know what's going on in each other's lives. And it can, depending on your group, can be, lots of levels. Sometimes just up here, hey, we're just going to pray by name for each other, because we don't want to get to a place where we're sharing our deepest, darkest secrets, because the vibe of our group just isn't there maybe yet, or maybe never will be. And that's fine. But maybe your group's been around for a while. And so part of the vision casting and how we're going to serve each other is really praying for each other with in the heart kind of stuff, and where we're at, and just allowing God to challenge us to serve each other by truly loving each other. Maybe there's things we can do to help each other out. Maybe there's a Monday night at ATCA where we'll serve together, as some of our groups are, or look for different service opportunities. Those are great ways where we say, hey, here's what we hope God does in and through us throughout this next run, and we're so thankful that you're a part of that. It'll help create some cohesiveness. It'll help create in them a sense of, I'm a part of this. It's a good thing. It's going to grow me and challenge me. And so just a few ideas, and many of them just reminders, because you guys are long-time experts, and I'm super, super thankful again for what you're doing. So as you look through the email, as you look through the questions, if there are some insights or some questions that you have, please forward them to me. You can, email me, you can call me, whatever you need, and we will try and make that happen. But again, thanks so much for being in the group. We're praying for your group. We're excited about your group. And just again, thankful that you are sort of at the tip of what God's doing in lots of ways in the lives of people here in our community. So thanks again.